Hey,
Are you in on your computer?
yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and you let me know when you can see my screen and where it says launching.
Yeah, it says launching.
Okay. Okay. So I have a PowerPoint that kind of explains everything that we do.
Okay.
I don't want I don't want to go through things that are going to be not necessary for you or not important. So I just want to understand a couple of things quick, if you don't mind. So I just wanted to confirm you have Karen said approximately 80 vehicles total in inventory. Is that correct?
Yeah, around they fluctuate between 75 to 80.
Okay. And they're right now with you guys just getting rolling. They're all kind of spread out. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, we are in the process of getting our own lot, so they kind of spread out. That's the reason I got in touch with you guys.
Okay. So Um, just I'll go through some of this stuff quickly, and please let me know if you have any questions. But I'm assuming you're wanting to get the devices installed on all the vehicles so that you have access via an app on your phone and also the web portal as to where these vehicles are real time with what the battery voltage is and all of that, and then also have the ability to sell that through to the consumer in F&I. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So just a little bit about us. We are the big dogs in the industry as far as this is what we do. We don't dabble in any other type of industry. We this is our through our three segments. This is what we do. We've got over 4 million active subscribers out there right now. Um, Here are some of our partners. So you can see we've got some big partners. They partner with us because of our support, because of our platform, because we keep everything in house. So all of our engineering team, project management, all of that are employed by Spirion. And so if one of our partners needs something specific for their business, it is easy for us to make those changes for you and help accommodate and help you grow. As I know you're going to grow, you're just getting started out.
Do you do
This
you
is just a little bit about.
do you
Go
cu-
ahead.
do you customize for each customer also, or when you said that, like, you help us grow, I'm like, if we need a special feature or functionality or something like that, would you be able to do that? I mean, like, you know.
Yes, and I'm going to be honest with you. They have to take a look at it, and they will absolutely put it on the roadmap.
Uh-huh.
Um, if it depends on what it is. Sometimes I've had requests that are as super easy for our project management team to just go in and make a little adjustment, and it takes a couple of days.
Hmm.
I also have had requests that are quite a bit larger that they have to put on the roadmap and look at total volume and that kind of thing. So I know that's not a black and white answer, but we do take a look at anything that you guys would be wanting to do. But I think based upon how it's set up and what I understand of your organization currently, we probably are going to have everything that you
Yeah,
need
right,
right
right, right.
now.
I was just
Um,
wondering. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So this is just a little bit about our support, and our platform, our technology. I kind of went through that. We do have significant amount of patents and are keeping up with that. Very innovative in the industry. Uh, so essentially, getting to the nuts and bolts of what we do here. Um, we're seeing a huge reduction in time that it takes for our partners to find vehicles. In your case, this is going to be huge since you're got everything kind of all over the place. Uh, this is what the app looks like. Okay, so when you open the app, it's going to give you a list of all of your vehicles. Now you can search by stock number. You can search by the last six of the VIN. You can search by just the model of the vehicle. You know, if it's a Ford Focus, you just put Focus in. It's going to bring every Focus up that you have in the inventory. And over here on the left side here, like this, they put in Corolla. It's going to tell you real time what the battery status is, how many days it's been in inventory, and it will list that by the aged inventory. And then you can filter it down based upon, you know, the age and also the battery status, and pinpoint the location exactly where that vehicle is on the map. Or
Matt, one question is it just giving battery, or is it giving the DTC codes also of? I mean, you know, most of the cars are brand new, and I doubt, and since they're standing still, so I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. But I was just wondering, is it just the battery or other computer codes also that you provide?
No, we do not. We've learned through our years of 19 years of being in the industry that plugging into the computer that actually can read those other things, such as maybe gas levels, or if doors are unlocked or windows are down, and some of the brand new OEM things that they do because they're linked into the computer. It's the OEMs don't like it, first of all. When we tap into that, and what happens is, in order to do that, you do need to connect into the OBD2. And when you connect into the OBD2, it's always reading. So if you have a vehicle that's sitting for a while, the battery drain is a little bit more significant. So this is just a very simple power and ground install.
So what you're saying is that, like, it's not an OBD device; it's some kind of a GSM, like a GPS chip.
Correct. So
okay, got it.
Yeah, just a constant 12-volt power and a ground. It's a 2-wire install. Very simple. We can do the installs for you on a regular basis if you want, or when we do the launch, we come in and we bring a team and we would train. If you all have people that do your vehicle inspections or PDIs or whatever you call them, we can train them to do that at that point.
How much do you
that in-house.
How much do you charge to install?
So as long as we have 15 vehicles or more to install at a time, it's $35 a piece.
And how long does it take to install on one vehicle?
It takes, well, our pros can do it in 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes. People starting out getting to know it, I would account for 20 minutes probably.
Okay, got it. All right.
Okay, so this is the home screen, what you're seeing here. So when it pops up, you're going to see how many vehicles, you're going to see how many are fully charged, how many are in the kind of warning area, the battery's starting to get low, and then what's really low. The cool thing is you have the ability to change that voltage to what you consider a warning and what you consider low. And so and it allows you to just tap right on, if you have the ones in warning, and it'll show you exactly right where they are, so you can go make sure you're managing that battery before it gets low enough that it needs to be replaced.
Got it.
Okay, so this is where you would put in whatever type of vehicle it is that brings them all up. Then
so can you search by stock number also, or just VIN?
Yes, it will search by. So when these get installed, it's very simple. On the app, on the mobile app, there is an install portion of that allows you to just scan the back of the barcode on the back of the device and then scan the VIN code on the car, and it syncs everything. It's going to auto-populate almost everything about that vehicle based on the VIN into the system. However, whoever's installing, like if our installers are doing it, they then put in the stock number, and there is a drop down based on that VIN for the actual factory color for the vehicle. And so they just put in basically the stock number and the color for the vehicle, and everything else is in there. The only other thing is, if it is a used vehicle, we put in the actual odometer mileage that's on the odometer at the time, so that the virtual odometer later on for your benefit is accurate.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
Okay?
Sounds good.
So this is kind of what it looks like. So, when you tap on one, it's going to tell you exactly where it's at. It's very accurate, usually within 4 or 5 feet, okay, of where that is, because it's using GPS and cellular. And then on this right-hand side here, you can see you can either get directions, and it will give you either driving directions if it's far enough away, or it will give you walking directions if it's close. Okay?
Got it.
So this is you only have one store, correct? You don't have multiple stores at this point in time?
No, right now we're just getting one, but like right now the vehicles are in different places.
Right. Well, the reason I asked is just that this particular screen is about our enterprise accounts that have more than one dealership, and it just allows you, like if you have 2 separate accounting departments and they're buying devices for their vehicles, it allows you to trade them within the system.
Okay.
This is just more about the battery management and how that's improving for the time on battery management. We do have the ability to give you test drive analytics based upon where your lot is and where these are being test driven from. If you have one particular lot that most things are being test driven from, you can look at test drives. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Silly allergies this time of year. Crazy. So you can just kind of look, and you might have a vehicle that's been test driven 12 times and not sold, and you may want to go take a look at it and walk around and see if there's anything that needs to be done with it. On new vehicles, people use this for their allocations. Like, hey, we only have 6 new Toyota Corollas in stock, but we've had 38 test drives last month or last week, so we should probably up that allocation a little bit.
Got it.
This is the web portal portion. Okay, so you can pinpoint any of the vehicles right from the web portal as well. This is where you will go in and where the management team that you give access to, they'll have access to this. They'll have access to the dashboard that shows just a general view of everything, the map, reports, any reports you want to run. Like, let's say you want to run a report on anything getting low on batteries. If you want to have that emailed or text messaged to your lap person every morning at 8 o'clock. That's where you set this up.
Uh-huh.
The alerts, alerts are like if you do a geo, let's say you do a geo fence, and we set up a late night geo fence to make sure nothing's being stolen. Mm-hmm. So if something crosses that geo fence between whatever hours you deem, like 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. or whatever, if something leaves the lot, it will send an alert notification to whatever recipient you want to get that, so they can look, pull it up, get real-time information. If the vehicle is moving, then they use the stolen vehicle portion of
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
And then sales, this admin is where you just kind of set everything up, set all your users up. Sales is when you sell the device through to the customer. You just click on sales, you put the customer information in quickly, their email address, and then it emails them a code for Kahu. Okay, they get on the app, right? They can do it sitting right in the finance office if they want. We've got great rating. It's like 4.7 stars and quite a few, like 3,000 reviews. And so, um, and they just basically download the app, and it'll ask for the code that they got in their email. They put the code in, hit go, and boom, it leaves your system and goes to them, and they have complete control of it. And then the only thing you're going to have access to from that point, which will sign when they sign up for it, for this disclosure, is that you will have access to the virtual odometer and the mileage that is on the vehicle, so that you can stay connected to the customer for anything you want. If it's a service reminder at a set time, it just sends a little push notification. Hey, it looks like you're about due for service. Tap here to give us a call or jump on our online service scheduler, or you can use it for, just sales retention. Once they hit a certain mileage, hey, it's a great time to trade in your vehicle. If you're interested in finding out the value of your trade, please tap here to call, whatever, and it's personalized to them, and that can all be automated in the system.
So from that point on, the dealer is not getting their location data, right?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Once they have it,
Yeah.
just for privacy and everything, privacy laws,
Yep.
that you have no ability to access their location. Now, if you don't sell this through, so what I do have is some dealers, they might have a customer that's a little credit challenged, and they end up going to a bank that has recourse, right? They have to make their first 2 or 3 payments or whatever it is before, it's officially a done deal and officially the bank's asset. So some of my clients are selling this, but letting the customer know, as soon as you make your first 2 payments and we're all good, because that's part of this bank requirement, then you will get access to the app and Kahu. Because what happens is, then if you get that contract back and they say, hey, they never made their payment, it's your asset, you got to go get it, then you have access to get it for repossession purposes.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so the stolen vehicle recovery is amazing, and we did almost $3 million in recovered assets last year with an average recovery time of 26 minutes, and we're over 99% recovery rate. We're the only company that is that high because we are connected into the PSAP integration, which is what this is right here. And it literally just allows you, if the vehicle is stolen, for you or the consumer, just to tap on this little arrow here. It finds your location, gets you the local police phone number for stolen vehicles. You tap on it. All the information for the police report is here. And once you're done with that, you hit contact Kahu support. You're all linked in. It's considered a crime in progress because it's not old technology radio frequency stuff. This is real-time GPS and cellular. So that's why our recovery time is 26 minutes. And we are the only company that is linked in through that.
What if somebody takes it out or disconnects it before taking the car?
So I guess if somebody took it out or disconnected it before taking the car, like they didn't want to have it in there?
Yeah, I mean, like if you're stealing the car, you want to make sure that you're not being tracked, right? And if a smart thief or
this is a stealth install. So especially when we install, like when I watched them install on my personal vehicle, I wanted to watch how it was done, and I wanted to see what it looked like when it was done. And he left the kick panel off and everything where he put it in, and I couldn't tell because they wrap it all up. It looks like factory wires, and the device is up on just underneath the dash. So the only thing between the device and the sky is the composite of the dash and the glass.
Got it.
But we do give you, like, okay, let's say for the dealer, as long as you load your whole lot, then what we do is, if for any reason a vehicle is stolen and not recovered within 30 days, okay, we provide a $10,000 stolen vehicle benefit. So whatever your insurance is or deductible or whatever, you're getting 10 grand from us. It doesn't matter if they steal it and they happen to know there's a device and they pull the dash apart and figure out where it's at and take it out, you still get the coverage.
No, Matt, but like, what about isn't it tamper-proof? I mean, if it is disconnected, shouldn't the dealer get an alert that somebody messed with it? Maybe
Well,
even an employee, you know?
yes, yes, sure. So that is this new device we have is significantly better than anything we've had for many reasons. But and I won't go into all the details on that until later if you want me to. But it's one of the things that's also coming on that, and that you need in order to get that alert, which I'm being told is going to be July-ish, right around there is what project management has. But this device will then have what is called a backup battery.
Got it.
So if all of a sudden it is disconnected from power, somebody finds it, cuts it, whatever, then that backup battery sends a signal out and will say, hey, I just got disconnected and this is where I'm at,
Mhm.
and it'll send that to you so you can be active on getting it.
Got it. All right. Sounds good.
So, sorry, I'm in the hotel for some reason. Someone was calling my room. So, does that make sense what I said about the
Yep.
backup battery?
Yep. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So this new device has an accelerometer in it, which people can try complain about if a car sits for a long time, what the drain on the battery might be. This new device virtually has no draw. It's less than 0.1 milliamp when it's in
Got it.
when it's in low power mode.
Uh-huh.
So when the vehicle's not moving, it's basically not drawing power. This is just more about the dealer engagement campaigns and how you can reach out to the customers, send push notifications for anything you want service related or other, warranties. If you're wanting to try to sell a warranty before it hits a certain mileage because it's less money for the customer, you can notify them about that.
Got it.
It's really pretty cool deal. Accident notifications, this should be coming to around that Q3 time frame. So you can get notified just via an email or text message because of that accelerometer in the vehicle, if the vehicle is actually in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out, make sure they're okay, see if they need your help, or if you have access or connection to a body shop.
Got it.
We notice that people are on about 16 times a month, and so it's good because it's because of the My Dealer. When they open their app, they have access to you. They're seeing you and your dealership in your name every time they use this. And so for the consumer, they're getting all the stolen vehicle benefits. They're getting the, real-time vehicle location, geofence alerts, trip histories of exactly where the vehicle went from start to finish, speed alerts if they have new drivers they're trying to, in the family, they're trying to monitor, any kind of battery alerts. If it starts getting low, it'll send them a little notification on it.
Got it.
Okay. This is a driving dashboard just kind of showing you what the trips look like. And then this is about our launch. Okay. So it's really white glove when we come in and we do the launch. So I won't go through all of this because it's a lot, but we just come in and basically train everybody that needs to be trained. Do you all have a service department or somebody that does you use vehicle inspection?
Yeah, we'll delegate.
And do you think?
Yeah, we'll delegate. How many people? We'll delegate, but we obviously need a lead. And so, how many people do you think? One would be the F&I, the sales, the installer, Who else uses this thing? The service manager.
So yeah, so what we do is we have a implementation coordinator. They call the launch director, and they basically are going to schedule a call with you, whoever's in charge of service, whoever's in charge of F&I, and we're going to bring in tech, and we're going to, whoever you want to have trained on how to put the device in, we can do that, or we can continuously come whenever you want, whenever you have 15 or more to do, and install for $35 a piece. That's
So
not a problem, but
is this training and white glove? You guys charge for this or what?
So yeah, so the normal pricing on the initial install is, instead of 35 is 45. But that's just because we're sending myself, your regional account manager, the implementation director, the installation lead, and the techs in to do all of the installs.
Okay.
And now, when we come to do the initial installation, are the vehicles going to be in one place, or are they going to be in many different locations, kind of like you described?
Well, at least 3.
At least 3? That's not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we
that's
don't
not a
have to
problem at
pay.
all.
We don't have to pay any extra TADA or anything, or your, your airfare or any of that. The $45 includes the complete training. And how long is that for? 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or what? On site, one
With
to 2
your
days. Okay.
with your inventory, it will be 2 days.
Got it.
You know, with the amount of inventory you have, it will be 2 days. I mean, when we do a 1,200 unit install, you know, we're usually there 4 or 5 days.
Got it. All right.
You know,
And that's
but
and that
but you know, a couple of
$45 covers everything, right?
So that's just for the installation, but that covers the whole team coming in, all of the training, all of the setup, all of the actual devices being installed. Okay, so let me show you here. So I assume you want to know about pricing.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, I just wanted to go through here. So on the amount of inventory you have, our normal pricing for the device is $119, and let me tell you what that includes. That includes the hardware. That includes all the support. It includes all your dealer software, the $10,000 guarantee. It also includes 1 year on the app for the customer. Okay?
Okay.
So depending on how you want to work that, we have different models. So, you know, depending on the store and how they want to do it, you know, none of this is set in stone, but this is the way we've found that most dealers are having the most success, and that's doing the initial cost and having that year for the customer, getting all their lot management, and then what they do is they do a transfer fee to the customer, and say, because a lot of insurance companies will give benefit for this, for stolen vehicle, and then they get all of the things that we talked about that benefits the consumer on the vehicle. So they put it on for, I have partners that do it at $299 just to kind of cover their costs on the device and the install and make a little money. I have them do it at $399, $349. You guys can do whatever you want there.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, what was your question?
My question was that, like, the like the device itself and the data package and everything for 1 year is going to be 119 for a preload kind of a thing, or what?
Yeah, so that gets you everything you need for the lot, for all of your lot management, and it gets the consumer a year on the app, so you can sell it through for that year to the consumer with no additional cost.
But what about, like, what if the consumer doesn't want to buy it? Can I move it to and he buys the car, but he doesn't want this thing? So can I use the same device in another car?
Yeah, you can uninstall.
Do you charge
You can
for that?
uninstall. Yes, I mean, we can come and do that. It's
No, no,
not
no.
very
Do you
time
charge?
effective.
Do you charge for transfer?
Oh, for a transfer?
Yeah, like if I take the device
No,
out from one car, because the
no, no,
consumer. Yeah, okay.
no. We have people to recycle devices all the time.
Oh, okay,
The
got it.
only the only thing the only thing you would have is the any expense you pay to your tech or whoever for
Got it. Got
taking the
it. Got
device
it.
out
All
and
right.
reinstalling
Okay.
it. But we don't charge to we that just gets assigned to another vehicle essentially.
Okay, Matt. So
We have
let me ask you one more very important question, and that is, in your experience, the F and
uh
I, when they sell it to the consumer, is it like, I mean,
huh
they're always pushing warranties and this and that, mostly for 3 years, is most of the time is for 3 years. So in your experience, what has been the most sold? Is it a 1 year plan to the consumer, a 2 year plan, a 3 year plan, 4, 5, what? In, like
three
majority.
yeah 3 year gets sold the very most, which is why I have that here on the ROI calculator. I would say probably you know 75% of the time, 75 to 80% of the time, they're going to the 3 year.
Got it.
We do have them that go longer. So essentially, here's you can see the original cost of the device here, 119. Upsell cost to 3 years for you guys is just another 99. Okay, this is for the initial install. So obviously that goes to 35 if you have us do it, or whatever you would charge internally if your people do it. Um, I put 100 here because I wasn't positive on the inventory,
That's okay.
but you you'll probably have 100 vehicles before too long. Is that
Uh-huh.
accurate?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So is there
And will
like
you?
do the dealers usually give some kind of an incentive to the installer or the sales of the F&I or anybody? What's
Yeah.
your
I mean,
experience?
we, yeah. I'm doing a launch tomorrow morning at a big group in Sacramento, and they're giving whoever the F&I person is that sells it through and upgrades it. They added $40 to the pricing, and then basically we kick them back $40 onto their Kahoo credit card once the deal is done.
What about
So
what about
you
the sales guy?
you can do it to whoever. We
No, no,
we, we
but
you
what's the
we can.
no, what's the industry norm? How much do the sales guy? What kind of an incentive should we give to the sales guy? Maybe the installer. We got a lot of Spanish people over there, so we can give them, let's say, $10 for 15 minutes of work. But like the sales guy and the F&I are the two more important people. What kind of incentive should they get? And I mean, what's the industry norm here
I
in your experience?
I I, I would say the average that I see is $40 that they give as an incentive. I have a dealership that's a good partner of ours. They have the pricing marked up a little bit, but they give the salesperson that sells the upgrade $100.
Oh.
So it's just totally dependent on what you want to do and what you want to sell it at. If you do the kind of addendum model or cotton transfer fee model, that's how this ROI calculator is set up. If you had 100 vehicles and you sold 50 a month, is that about accurate?
Yeah, yeah, 45, 50.
Yeah. So, and then if let's say when you already have it on the car and you say, hey, this is just something we want you to be able to take the benefit of and get any potential insurance benefits, it's $299 for a year. We see about 80% of the people are totally fine with that, and they take that $299.
Yeah,
That then is added front end profit.
yeah,
Then of those 80%, okay, we see about 25% of those people that are going ahead and going to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and that. And then that your cost on that 3 years is additional 99. So, and we see the average that they bump them in F&I to about 499. So it gives F&I about a $400 profit. So
I need.
at those numbers,
Yeah,
go ahead.
that. This is very interesting. I need to show this to my my partners. Can you send me a copy of this ROI tool?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. You
absolutely.
got my email.
I can
This is good.
I can save it and send it now. How quickly are you thinking you want to move forward?
Well, we'll be doing this month, that's for sure.
Okay. Okay. So next steps are me. I will send you over. Is there any other information you want? Do you want me to send you a PDF of the slides that I went over with you today?
Yeah, send that, and also I need the Excel sheet, not a PDF of this. I want to do what if situations. Is this set up for what if situation where I can, punch in my own numbers, put in some incentives and things like that, and see what the return is?
I'm not supposed to give it that way, but I will if you promise me you don't give it to anybody else.
Well, it's just for me and my partner. That I mean, I got to show it to him, of course. But
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
I'll send it over to you in the Excel form. So just please don't share it with anyone else.
All right.
Just they ask us to send it in PDF, so it can't be modified or given out to any competitors or anything like that, because we worked hard on getting this all dialed in right.
Got it. But like once you get, even if you get a PDF working, modeling a worksheet is no big deal. I just wanted to be able to very quickly show the potential revenues that one could make. So there are no restrictions on what we can sell the SVR at, right?
There are no restrictions. That's another awesome thing about our company is that, like with some of these other companies, they've signed agreements where they can sell it retail, right? So you might sell it for X amount, and then they go to Best Buy and they see that they can get it and have it put in for $700 less, and they're not happy about it. So we direct everything to the dealer, and you can sell it for whatever you want. I have dealers that sell. We have a dealer that does a 3-year only, and they put 3 years on the addendum at $699, and they do 92% penetration.
Whoa!
I've got customers that do I've got customers that do 1 year at $1,000. I've got customers that do 3 years at $1,300. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but we don't want to price ourselves out of the market, man. I mean, people are not. I mean, I know they're getting it financed. I know they're getting it financed, and they don't really give a damn at that point in time. But you really don't want to screw them because
Absolutely, I totally 100% agree.
Okay.
What's your email address again?
Is moe.a@triconmotors.com.
MOTORS,
Yep.
motors.com.
Yep. Okay, there was another question that I had. So the SVR is it can be what about like buy here pay here? Like if if I want to finance any car, I would like to be able to. Obviously, the lien is going to be with me, so I should be able to if the guy doesn't pay. In Bakersfield, you got a lot of people who are, we get a lot of calls back. Let me put it this way, okay? I don't want to be a racist here. So anyway, my point is that like if since I have the lien, I have the rights to my car until it's paid off. Can I stop the vehicle if the guy doesn't pay?
No, this does not have the shut off switch. So are you talking about loans that you do in house?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you do a lot of those?
Well, we would like to start because we have we have the funds. We would like to be because there are a lot of cars
Sure.
coming back, so it's probably a good business.
Sure. So we're actually working on kind of an integration because we have a different software solution for our vehicle finance division, essentially.
Uh-huh.
So um, that has the ability to,
But that's
turn on a payment reminder buzzer, turn off the ignition if they haven't paid, turn off the starter if
that
they
means
haven't paid.
so
So
that goes into the OBD port. That's an OBD dongle.
no, nope, nope. That's the same type of device and gets installed the same way.
Yeah.
It just it's more of a complicated install because you've got to connect
Right.
into the starter wire and all
Got
that.
it.
It
Got it.
takes at least twice as long to install that particular
So,
device.
Matt, this is very interesting. Let me ask you, like, how many, um, in California, how many customers do you guys have?
Oh gosh, all over California. I would have to look and see, but I mean, we have, you know, some big, we have San Francisco Toyota, we have the Future Automotive Group, we've got a bunch of stuff down south. I know we've got, so the Southern California is not my territory, so I'm not, super up on that, but I know we've got some big groups there. We've got, Sonic Automotive, which is 140 stores. We're just finishing up with our legal teams with Lithia Motor Group to be an approved vendor for them. We've got 3 of their stores ready to go. We're
Matt,
with,
what's the sales cycle like? Just how long does it usually take for you guys to sell? I mean, if I were
depends on the it depends on the depends on the consumer. If it's a smaller store, I might have a meeting with you like this. You have a meeting with your partner over the next couple of days, and we sign you up on Monday.
Okay.
If it's a large group, oftentimes there's a board, and they have quarterly board meetings, and they've got to, you've got to get all of the corporate C-level people involved, and it just depends. I would say for those big groups, it's a 4 to 6 month sales cycle from the time you have the very first call till you're actually implementing it.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
What's how do you compare with LoJack?
So significantly different than LoJack in that we have one device that does everything. If you want to get lot management from LoJack, you have to have an OBD2 device for the lot management, which is draining batteries. That's part of, I'm going into some stores now and getting them our solution that we're using LoJack because they were so frustrated with the lot management portion. The other thing for the stolen vehicle recovery, LoJack's technology is very outdated and antiquated. It's a radio frequency technology. They spent so much money on that back in the day, putting up those radio frequency towers. And then the other thing is that the police cars have to have the LoJack technology in the car in order for it to even work. And many of the newer police cars don't have it. So the coverage is like minuscule, and that's why their percentages as far as recovery isn't nearly as high as ours, and their time of recovery isn't nearly as short as ours for stolen vehicle.
All right,
all
right.
LoJack, the only thing LoJack's got going for them is their name recognition because they were around for a long time, and CalAmp, who dabbles in all kinds of stuff, decided to buy them and decided to try to kind of keep it rolling, and they get some traction a little bit just because of the name recognition. But if you look at them side by side, we are better on almost every aspect.
Got it. Got it. Okay, this was great, Matt. I'll appreciate what you're sending, and I will get back to you on Monday, and I'll be back in Bakersfield anyway. So, like we can
Okay.
we can take it from there. Then sounds good.
When do you want me to? If I haven't heard from you for some reason,
No, no,
is
no,
there
no.
a
You'll hear
time
from
that
me
you
by
want me to
Monday.
give you a buzz on Monday?
Yeah, give me a buzz on Monday.
Okay, morning, afternoon, what works best for you?
Anytime after 11 to 1. That'll be good. Pacific.
11 to
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
11 to 1 Pacific on Monday. If I haven't heard from you, I will call you then, sir.
Perfect.
Let me know if you have any other questions in the meantime, okay?
I'll do that. I can email you directly, or should I email Karen or who?
No, you email me directly. Karen just kind of the facilitator to initially get it set up. I'm your guy, so you can do everything through me.
Sounds good, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
This is good.
Thank you.
This is
You
good.
bet.
All righty.
We'll talk to
You
you
take
soon.
care.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right.